now in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to utilize him in a bunch of different ways, and he's not necessarily going to start, but he's going to play in a bunch of different ways this weekend and hopefully help us win the football game.
Now's Morgan back as well. I mean, that's two probably key pieces you were counting on.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Seven was injured other than that. Trey did a real nice job and was active, and unfortunately, he's going to be out for an extended period of time, but we ended up getting Niles back, so that was good.
It's the story of your life right now. Yeah. You get a couple guys back, you lose a couple guys next game. It just seems to be a terrible wheel to be on.
Yeah, Cole's going to be out for an extended period of time, and so that means Lucius South's going to be on the roster, and then, like I say, Seven went down with an injury. He's going to be out for an extended period of time, but Niles is on. So, fortunately, we have a few guys that we're, getting back.
Are you seeing that in practice, Chris, just the way things are working out? Guys who can be down on the depth chart might find themselves tapped on the shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't lost many people, past camp. We haven't, knock on wood, because we do have to practice hard tomorrow. I mean, but we haven't lost a lot of guys other than in the games, unfortunately. But, it's been a weird year that way,
Yeah. I guess the guys have to always be ready for anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of my job as GM is to make sure, you got the next man up and, and not only have him there, but have him ready to play.
Speaking of next man, I think you're in double digits now in the number of quarterbacks you've signed over the years so far. You brought in number 11 here. Tell me about him.
Yeah, again, he's a real good player. A friend of mine, he trained with a friend of mine there in Buffalo, knows a lot about him, and then Kevin Glenn's worked with him as well. So he's a guy that, he gets the ball out of his hands. He throws the ball really well. He's done nothing but win a lot of football games over his college career. So we'll take a look at
him. Even just bringing him up here, does that mean Trey Ford might be a little bit longer on
No, it had nothing to do with Trey. It was just, while Trey was out, we got an opportunity to look at another guy. We had a spot where we could bring him up on the PR and get a look at him.
Do you feel like you're kind of walking a fine line with your quarterbacks right now? Not having the depth that you want or the experience behind it?
Again, I mean, it's, last year we only dressed 2. It was just part of the deal. I mean, we went back to dressing 3 this year. So, I mean, we've got, 3 guys that we'll dress this week, and we certainly hope to keep everybody healthy moving forward.
How big a challenge are the Winnipeg Blue Bombers the way they're playing right now?
They're playing really good football. They're a really good football team. They're well coached in all phases. Very much like Calgary. I mean, all 3 phases. They have veteran people that have been, around the league for a long time, and their teams don't beat themselves. They play hard and they force a lot of turnovers and that type of thing.
I know you watch all the games. Talk about the weekend. I mean, every game was just so entertaining and right down to the wire. It's a pretty good weekend to be a CFL fan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was good football. I mean, starting with our game, I mean, we scratched back in it, there late and clawed back and finally did enough to win a football late. And again, that's a tough football game. Anytime you can go on the road and beat somebody, on the East Coast, I mean, it's a tough win. And, that's what I told the guys. I mean, it's all about perspective. I mean, you could look at it and go, well, you only won by 1 point, but there was a lot of factors that were against you too, and you did enough to come out there with a win.
Yeah, and the rest of the games were so good.
No doubt. Really good football. I hope that we can get all the extracurriculars out of the game, over the next bit.
Not sure. All right.
Thanks, Chris.
All right.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.